Aulus Cornelius Celsus de Medicina, episode 8. Postquem Diocles Charistius de Proxagoras et Chrysippus, tum Herophilus et Erasistratus, sic artem hanc exercuerunt, ut etiam in diversas currandi vias processerunt. Eistem temporibus in tres partes Medicina deducta est, ut una esset quae victu, altera quae medicamentis, tertia quae manu mederatur. Celsus continues discussing the history of medicine, and he begins this section by saying, post quem, after whom. The antecedent of this masculine singular accusative relative pronoun is Hippocrates from the previous section. Hippocrates of Coos, who was the first to distinguish, according to Celsus, between philosophy in general and medicine proper. After him there was Diocles of Charistius. Then came Proxagoras and Chrysippus. Then Herophilus and Erasistratus. So seek in such a way artem hanc exercuerunt, they so practiced this skill, and artem is the artem medicinalem, we might say, the medicinal art, medicinalem. They practiced it in such a way so that each one of these actually, Diocles, Proxagoras, Chrysippus, Herophilus, and Erasistratus, are all subjects of exercuerunt. They practiced it in such a way, seek, that as a result, ut, you notice that the seek sets up the result clause, in such a way that they made advances, processerunt. They advanced into diversas vias, differing paths or methods of finding cures, curandi. Curandi is a neuter singular genitive. It's a gerund from the first conjugation verb curo, curare, used here in the genitive, as I said, and in here takes vias as its accusative object, modified by diversas. Processerunt, which is the verb of this result clause with ut, this is a third plural, perfect, subjunctive, active, from the third conjugation verb procedo, procedere, the third principal part of which is processi. So since the main verb, the introductory verb, is secondary sequence, it's a perfect tense, then the subordinate verb has to be secondary also, thus processerunt. Typically, the secondary verbs in secondary sequence are either imperfect subjunctive or pluperfect, but a perfect subjunctive can be used, as this one is here, when the time referred to is truly perfective, that is, it's stative. It gives rise to a state that continues to obtain, and this clearly is an instance of such an idea. In those same times, eistem temporibus, this is an ablative of time, medicina, the medical skill, medicina, deducta est, was derived or divided into three parts. The skill had three different divisions. The result is that there was one, una esset, which dealt with nutrition, victu, what a person eats. The second one, which dealt with medicamentis, medicines or salves and ointments and such. And the third, which dealt with cures by hand, manu. Mederatur, then, is the verb from medeor, we've seen it before, medeor, mederi, second conjugation deponent verb, and it is the subject here of quae. So, una esset, quae victu altera, quae medicamentis tertia, quae manu mederatur. Each one of these being an ablative of means, namely victu, medicamentis, and manu. And here's a sketch of Diocles, who was the first Greek to study anatomy.